There we are. Now you can hear me. Hey everybody, this is Douglas Bloch. It's Labor Day weekend, September 6th, 2020 in the United States. And here we are for another wonderful weekly live chat number 181. What are we going to do when we hit 200? We have to have some celebration. Susan Jones, Bobby Zero, Jason Clulo from the UK. And Yop, haven't heard you from yet. Oswama Damwaminech. New person. There's RCB, of course. Rachel, nice to hear from you. Taco Platter from Canada. Susan Jones from Virginia. Dragiga Pudar from Croatia. Always wanted to go there. And who else have we got here? Hi, Osama. What part of the world do you live in? Chom Choms from Canada, Jason, John Blackett, haven't heard from you. You must be in the UK, RCB. All right, well, it's been quite a summer, hasn't it? Douglas, do you feel like capitalism is bad for mental health? When it's practiced in a negative way, yes, but capitalism can be practiced consciously. Actually, the founder of Whole Foods, John McKay, wrote a book called Conscious Capitalism. So, capitalism is a good thing, and Jason Clulo starts us off on the right track with a 10-pound donation. Thank you. Remember, this is a public radio station. This is the Sunday radio hour with Pastor Douglas, or the Sunday YouTube live chat with Pastor Douglas. This is a publicly funded PBS station here to bring you the best of mental health recovery. Remember, we do not diagnose or treat mental health issues on this live chat, but we do answer questions, and most of all, we give you guys the chance to interact with each other, creating a virtual support group. Miria, nice to hear from you. Nidus Makeup Counter, you're from Pakistan. Wow, there's not a whole lot of mental health resources in Pakistan, are there? I love your name, by the way. You were camping last week? Good for the soul. Chicken pasta? Can't beat it. Hey, Nick from New York City, that's where I grew up. Taco Platter, just thanks for always holding on. Duck to major low and feel better today. Isn't that true? Isn't healing from depression, managing depression a one day at a time issue? And you never know when you're going to go down, but you got to be ready for it. Oh, well, there's Lazy Eye Ranch, our regular, and Shirley K, again, both from California. Howdy from the inferno known as SoCal, watching the latest giant blaze across the pass. Yes, my niece lives in Monterey. There was a big fire there. 1% of the population owns 50% of the wealth. Is that true? I know it's close to that. No, of course it's not conscious capitalism, Isaac Soto. I said if it were practiced consciously, it would be better. Yeah, no, look, Bernie Sanders has been talking about income inequality for the last, 8 years, 12 years? Yeah, that's a big problem. Shirley K, hello everyone. I've been having a bad time with bureaucracy, which is triggering my anxiety severely. God, thoughts and prayers will be welcomed. Well, let's send a prayer to Shirley K. Also, the no longer 24-hour, but the great prayer service is 1 Silent Unity 816-969-2000. Anytime anybody here needs a prayer, needs some words of encouragement, needs an affirmation, this is who you call. Silent Unity 1-816-929-6000 or 969-2000. Whoop, I left that as 0. You can forgive me, right? It's 2000. Here, I'll even do it again. 969, 2000. Okay. Wow. I put my cursor over $sign. It says, show your support for Douglas Bloch. So that's how you guys contribute to me. You hover over the $sign. That's very cool. Well, now you know how to do it. That was very funny, Madge. Unfortunately, YouTube likes to look over this this live chat and make sure there's nothing quite inappropriate here. FVDW, university gives me so much stress, I really want to change, but it's just a big step. It is. What do you want to change to? That's hot chocolate. Sidhari Paramesh, hi to you, everybody, no doubt from India. RCB, Taco, glad you're feeling better. I'll email later, RCB. It's been a while. Great, you guys are email companions. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right. Oakland are burning. It's 108 in the shade in my porch light now. My God. How could you handle it? Uh-huh. You said you're a Jew. Remember, there was only one God. Well, I think the Jews were the first people who dealt with monotheism, right? What do you do when you have no more passions in life? Then you go get some help for the treatment of depression. Yes, without passion, life is hardly worth living, isn't it? Your whole family are black Caribbean immigrants? Wow. I don't think Trump's going to kick all the immigrants out. Not if you're legally U.S. citizens. No, don't sweat about it. In the meantime, I do have a joke book I've created. If only I can find it. I have the old joke book. Where's the new joke book? Well, I think it's up here. I think my assistant put it on the wrong shelf. See what it says? Live chat jokes. All right, let's start with one. Croatia is very beautiful. I actually know someone, my good friend went to Georgia. Isn't that nearby? You've heard this. Did you hear about the restaurant that opened on the moon? The food is great, but it has no atmosphere. What do you call a kangaroo that won't go outside? That's weird. I thought kangaroos lived in the wild. Well, a kangaroo that won't go outside is called a pouch potato. And what is Cheese's favorite food? R and Brie. I've done this before on one of my videos. Where does Noah keep the bees on the ark? In the archive, of course. All right. Let's hear from some of you guys. All right. Life is not a... Hey, Tony Issue, I heard from Noah finally. He's back drinking and he's struggling. We're going to get together for a walk. All right. Let's see. RCB Talk has been tough times for us both. Had to shut down after my dad died. Wow. So both you and Moby Zero have lost your fathers. You study law at the university? Wow. Huh. Don't worry about what other people think, FVW. Someone said, life is not a race. Are bad things in Portland? Yeah, no, the media is completely exaggerating all the quote-unquote protests in Portland. They're confined to a little space downtown. Nobody even knows they're happening. I live in this beautiful neighborhood called Alameda. 99.9% of the people in Portland don't even know about the protests, let alone see them. So yeah, don't pay any attention to what you hear in the media about the protests in Portland. All right. You lived in Japan, Maria. Wow, cool. You want to go to Japan, Mobius Zero? Well, a lot of those people speak English, so you don't have to know Japanese perfectly. Noah's life story makes me sad. If one has had a breakdown, can one truly ever recover? Now, John Gaffilan, you should know not to say that. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 breakdowns, 5 actually, but 4 major ones, 5 hospitalizations, and I'm, knock on something, knock on Formica, I'm doing really well now. So, no, Noah's problem is not depression. It's the alcoholism, which is a tough disease to fight. So, but people do get sober. The guy across the street from me has 32 years clean and sober. Tony Issue, got my friend a fridge for her birthday. You should have seen her face light up when she opened it. Ha ha. So yes, no, people have breakdowns and they recover. People have cancer, they recover. People have open heart surgery, they recover. People have kidney disease, they recover. They get new kidneys. The human beings are tough, man. Human beings are resilient, let me tell you. When you live 71 years, you see it. Rabbis predict this feat of trumpets is last without Messiah. All right, 5781. I think that's the Jewish calendar. Kelly Burns, yes, one of our great contributors. If you guys get any posts from me regarding canned meat, don't open it. It's spam. Now, Kelly Burns, that's very funny. I eat Yuma this weed. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I have not looked at any of my messages. I get too many political messages, but someone is cleaning up My email box from when John, I'll look at the message sales. Is your name in the return address? Bedar Shields, we're living in the days of good and evil. It's always been that way. Hey, Joan. You know, I keep getting hot because of all these lights that allow you to see me. I know a soldier who survived both pepper spray and mustard gas. He's a seasoned veteran. Absolutely. That's an old joke, but I still like it. All right, mental health questions. Come on, guys. Depression, whoops. Depression and, hold on. Depression and alcohol is so interlinked. You're right, Tony. I use alcohol to numb the pain. Good to hear Noah back in touch with you, Doug. Yeah. My body is in a constant state of anxiety and stress. When even I think about school, my heart literally skips a beat. Well, you know, you should go find a school counselor or hire your own because performance anxiety really sucks. I have a friend of mine who's a musician who has performance anxiety. He takes something called, it's a beta blocker. I forget the name. Ipranolol. Anyway, it's now used by psychiatrists for anxiety for people who have performance anxiety. Propranolol. It was cool when I started. I'm going to kind of wheel away here and turn on the fan if you guys don't mind. As we say in the epileptic word, I'll seizure later, but not too later. I should have had the fan on in the beginning, but I wasn't really warm at the beginning. 83 days sober, I feel alcohol is a demonic poison now. Terrified of it. That's the way it has to be, absolutely. Living in Florida is so damn hard. Yes, I used to live there myself. Very humid. Anxiety and depression have taken over my life. Join the club. Are you in treatment? Are you seeing a counselor? Are you on medication? Anxiety and depression are treatable disorders. I'm going to write this down right here. Anxiety and depression are all right. How to be motivated when you're deeply depressed? That's the $64,000 question. Abdullah, you need other people around you to do things with, like to take a walk or go run. It's hard to do it yourself. Is there a link between depression and burnout? Yes, burnout can cause depression, absolutely. Hear and call struggling to feel good. Well, absolutely, that's what everybody's trying to do. That's true. Way to go, Madge. Eckhart Tolle says, the moment you surrender and accept your non-peace, you will be at peace. Well, that's right. Eckhart Tolle is a lot about just acceptance, right? Kelly Kettner, have you thought about finding another therapist, says Shirley K. And what did Kelly Kettner say? I need to love living again. Yes, absolutely, when you've been down. Absolutely. I feel like a burn to my therapist. I brought this up several times, but he wasn't very reassuring. Well, you're right, whoever said that to Kelly. If your therapist isn't working, look around for others. Or try to work it through with your therapist. What's the common reason for depression? The most common trigger is loss of love. Reasons are very, very complex. You could have trauma from the past. You could have bad biochemistry. You could be living in a horrible situation. There could be external events. Many things can trigger depression. RB Dove, okay, seems like the West Coast is less progressive than the East. What? You gotta be kidding me. Who said that? The West Coast is so much more progressive than the East. Jim Morrison said the West is the best. That's why I moved here from New York. Mohammed, I'll admit you've been in the hospital for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Nice. I'm glad you survived, Mohammed. Are you in any outpatient program? Are you seeing a counselor? Any thoughts on Buse Bar for anxiety? It's not addictive, but it doesn't work very well for many people. With some people, it does work. So it's trial and error. That yellow is very cheerful on the wall, Shirley K. Well, the whole wall is going to be painted yellow, and the ceiling's going to be painted white if I can ever get my painter over here. But he's in these really big projects because it's the end of summer. But it will happen. And there'll be a really nice, see that door there? It'll be nice, bright white. Nice for all your depressives. Chom-choms. I quit my food engineering studies last week. I've been there for a year, and when I was in the first class of my second, I didn't want to continue. Well, I dropped out of chiropractic school when I was 29. You know, I was having a hard time getting adjusted. But I really did drop out, and then I became a writer, and that was what I was supposed to do. Sarhard Halebi. Hey Douglas, I've always been a listener to your streams and videos, feeling lonely and having a hard time dealing with lately. Any advice? Yes, try to reach out. I know it's really, really difficult in this time of pandemic, but there are online support groups like this. See if you can find a therapist or counselor you can see virtually. And 80 people watching, thank you very much. So yeah, but I'll tell you, a lot of people are feeling isolated right now. I have a friend who's homeless, lives in a bus. Normally he goes to the library. Portland State has a beautiful library. It's shut. Albina Library shut. Restaurants shut. It's driving them crazy, and it should. So human beings need to be in affiliation with other people. Puerto Rico, Jose Catedral. Well, what happened? You guys lost electricity for a while, and the United States didn't help very much. Sorry for confusion. Didn't confuse me. So you live in the west coast of Florida? That's my parents lived in the east coast in Delray Beach, right next to Fort Lauderdale. Mohammed, keep coming back and keep persevering. All right. Don't give up. We care about you. You've been hospitalized twice at PTSD about what I saw at Camarillo State Hospital in 1962 when I got pregnant out of wedlock and my life fell apart. Yeah. One of my good friends got pregnant out of wedlock, but in 1966 had to have the baby given up. Very traumatic. FBDW, when I was in high school, I went to relaxation therapy. It helped me so much I didn't feel like a failure if I had to go back. I'm from Belgium. Beautiful country, by the way. So is Hercule Poirot, the great detective. Have you ever heard of him, Jose? Agatha Christie creation, one of the great detectives. And I'm going to have a drink of coffee. 80 people, 1218. Let's get some more donations. Going back to relaxation therapy would not be a failure. It would be a triumph to get help. Absolutely. Hey, look, sometimes we have to go back to what worked in the past. Well, Shahadzad, I'm sorry you're feeling poorly. Again, there is help. A lot of you guys come from the Mideast. I have a feeling that mental health services are not really that great there. You don't understand why 2020 is a hellish year? Well, it just happened to end up that way, Moby Zero. You know what? What goes down must come up. Yes, Jesus can heal depression, but I think there are other ways in addition to that. We have 87 people. Let's try to get 90, huh? What goes down must come up. You guys who are suffering, hang in there. It will get better. Oh, Jem. Oh, you're back. Let me go ahead and see you. Talk to you at least. Yes, and other guys working. No, you were supportive words last time. Working at the MoCare role. So listening tonight, hello Douglas and everyone. Hello to you. Jem. You haven't commented on my videos very much lately. Do you drink, Pony Girl? No, I don't know what Pony Girl is. By the way, t-shirt. First line reads, "Let's eat Grandma." The second line reads, "Let's eat Grandma." The third line says, "Commas save lives." Let's eat Grandma. Let's eat Grandma. Commas save lives. How many people thought that was funny? If you think it's funny, I will send you a free copy of this. Healing from Depression and Anxiety, Self-Care Activities to Improve Your Mood and Boost Your Psychological Immune System. I've been using this chart for 25 years now. Mornings are so difficult as we spend all time sleeping in panic. Yes, Tony Issue, Simon, mornings are very difficult. It's just the way we're hardwired. I don't know what it is, but depression seems to be worse in the morning and get better as the day goes on. Yeah, it's just the way it is. I'm working on liking myself for now, says Madeline Lloyd. Don't ever think I'll love myself. Is that depression talking? Yes, it is. I find it incredibly hard to love myself due to my parents' message that I wasn't ever good enough. Yes, but you can reprogram yourself. I want you guys to read a book called Homecoming by John Bradshaw, 1989. It was about a book about learning to love your inner child. If your parents didn't love you, it's up to you. And if you can't do it yourself, find a good therapist, because all therapy is reparenting. I'm going to actually write that right here. We have 95 people. Is that right? Someone go ahead and verify that. All therapy is a process of reparenting. And if I can just get a space there, I'll be cool. Why is therapy about reparenting? Because when you see a therapist, that person gives you the unconditional love and support you didn't get from your own family. The woman I'm now seeing now, called Sarah, is such a loving woman. She loves me like my mother never could have. She affirms me. She congratulates me when I hit 5 million viewers on YouTube. She said I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and she said I'm her most entertaining client. I really like that. All right. What are we doing here? You don't drink, that's good. Yes. Mornings are tough. Hang in there. You have too many plans, Moby. Don't worry about the country. Don't worry about what's outside of yourself. You remember the serenity prayer? God, grant the serenity to accept the things you cannot change. Okay? So, Mobius, you can't change the politics. You can't change what other people are doing. You can change yourself, your studies, and everything about what you do and think. Remember that, Mobius. That's what you can change. Oh, you've been doing audiobooks? Wait. You know what? Guess what, everybody? My audiobook is almost done. Yes. My audiobook. Which is my memoir, is almost finished. Email me if you would like to obtain a copy. And how do you email me if you want to obtain a copy? You just email me at douglasbloch@gmail.com, right there. I'll let you know when it's ready. I'm very excited. The guy who read it from Australia is amazing. I would, next time I'll play a little bit for you. All right, more questions, more comments. If you can't see Japan if I'm dead, absolutely. Hey, Team ACA192, wow, a supporter and a Patreon member way long ago. So, Jem, look out for my new audiobook. Any thoughts on heavy metal toxicity as related to depression? Some naturopaths think that's the case. I don't know enough about it. It certainly could be true. Well, I'm glad you're here, Charles. Wow, Terry Lee lost her husband. Wow, my. That's, as I say, loss is so hard. Teresa McDonald, I like you. I don't know who you're talking to, but it's nice that you like people. Mona Beelan, in March I was doing well. Spring was coming. I had some good sub jobs. I attended Rootstech. I had some good jobs coming up, and then everything was shut down from the pandemic. Yes, and darkness. Yes. So many people's mental health has been affected. My comment was, Mr. Earlier, Pony Girl, give no one my best. I'm married to a daily drinker. Our life is okay, but it revolves around his evening drinking schedule. It does me anxiety. I don't know where you live, Pony Girl, but Al-Anon is a major help to people living with alcoholics or addicts. ALANON. For family members. We have 92. We didn't hit 100, did we? Let's hit 100 right now. Let's visualize it. Al-Anon for family members of alcoholics. You should definitely go. We could use some more donations, guys. It's about almost halfway through the hour. You can do as little as 99 cents. Okay. Yes. You're more than welcome. Pony Girl, where do you live? What part of the United States? Shirley K is struggling, but she's okay. Bebo, hey Douglas, I finally made some friends after struggling, losing them all with the depression. Now that I have a lover, do I still want to die? Why am I not happy? Because your brain chemistry has not caught up with your circumstances. You still need to correct what's going on, the imbalance in your biochemistry. You should talk to a doctor, maybe get a medication, I don't know, but definitely seek out a psychiatrist. A banana, as you know. Didn't have time to eat breakfast. Do you know why I was up so late and almost missed the live chat? A friend of mine and I went in on a telescope. We were looking through it. We saw the moons of Jupiter, the rings of Saturn, Mars, and the craters of the moon. How exciting is that from someone who loved astrology? So, has anybody here ever used a telescope? How to get rid from suicidal thoughts, doctor? 3 things. One is just watch them going by, like leaves going down a stream. Number 2, say cancel, cancel, and replace them with something else. Number 3, distract yourself, get running, call a friend. And number 4, find a doctor, psychiatrist, mental health professional to treat the depression that's causing the suicidal thoughts. 4 things you can do. Get treatment, distract yourself, do mindfulness meditation and affirmations. If you do all 4 of those things, you could make some progress. Well, that's what I did, and that's what many people do. You can overcome this, but it's really tough. I'm writing a book and doing a website on basically suicide prevention. It's called When It Hurts Too Much to Live. Anthony Olson, recovering, going very well. My anxiety and depression seem to have disappeared. Really, Anthony? I know you just had some major surgery. Maybe when your heart got better, maybe your spiritual heart did too. Alex Paredes, thank you, Douglas. Your videos have grounded me and given me genuine hope during the most painful and dark times of my life. Well, you're more than welcome. That's what they're for. Terry Lee has, COPD. That's when my mother died of chronic obstruction pulmonary disease. Yeah, that's tough. Hey, Doug, I think I'm incapable of becoming an academic. I wished to do a PhD, but my depression affects my cognitive memory, critical thinking. Well, maybe you can just put it off. I was going to get a PhD myself, but I was too depressed, so I became a writer. I feel I'm having a hard time, and then I see a message from Terry Lee, and it gives me perspective. And I think that's the person who lost their spouse. I've listened to some chapters. It's really an amazing book. Listen to Thales. He's gotten a preview of some of the chapters in my book. He's going to tell you good things about it. Larry Ranieri. Hey, Douglas. You're the only one saying that suicide is a response to get out of pain because you went through it. You know, yes, but other people know too. I'm not the only one. It's quite common knowledge, actually, even among therapists. Better late than never, Anthony. I'm trying to find Terry's comment somewhere here. Yeah, well, if you did lose a spouse, you have my, hey, Super Bubba, nice to see you. Oh, your wife passed away 2 weeks ago. Okay, there it is. Wow, she had COPD. Well, you know, you're having major grief, and that takes time to heal. So be nice to yourself. Be nurturing to yourself. See if you can join a grief support group, and certainly reach out to help for your friends and professional help. You can get through this. I know a number of people my age who have lost their spouses, and they have made it through and even remarried at some point. So hang in there and reach out for help. And my great, great, great condolences. Is it possible to go without genuine joy for 3 years, aka a long episode? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I was depressed for 4 years in college. Absolutely. Fight against whatever that affects you. It's great that you're able to function despite your problems. Absolutely. What does the term brain fried means? I have no idea what it means. Charles Bronson, 99 cents. There you go. It's the thought that counts. Joke, the pig went into the hospital. When he got out, he was a ham, he got cured. Now that is funny. Anthony Elson has some really, really good jokes. All right, let us go see. There's 94 people here. We should be able to get up to 100, don't you think? And thank you for that donation. It's exactly 12:31. Another half hour to go, and support each other, love each other. And Super Strain, yes, Robin from Germany. Beepo, I know that feeling. Helps me finding a long-term therapist. I'm almost a year in and still need to convince myself that I can trust her here and there, but it's so worth it. Yes, well, it takes a while, doesn't it? All right. Sahari Parmish, yes, I played tennis. I was in the tennis team. I followed tennis since I was a kid, and I know all about the U.S. Open and Nadal and Federer, and Djokovic is the only good player in there, so he should win quite easily. Yeah, my therapist told me suicide doesn't kill the pain, it gets passed on to your loved ones. Yes, it just passed on to other people, absolutely. That's why you should always think of our loved ones when we're desperate. If I don't do a PhD, I don't know what else to do. I cannot come to terms with my ability to engage intellectually. No, you can engage intellectually. You're just depressed right now. Hey, I was going to become a college professor, so no. I'm sure you have the ability, but you need to deal with the depression. And if it doesn't work out, and you really want to help people or do something worthwhile, you will find something else. But yeah, see if you can take like time off from your PhD program and treat the depression. FVDW, I don't have any hobbies or interests that give my life joy and reason. I really want to find something, but my anxiety is holding me back. The other thing I love is reading. Well, movies, that's great. At least you can get pleasure from that. Do you like reading? Maybe you can write. Do you like movies? Maybe you can do a review. Yes, and the anxiety is a horrible thing. Absolutely, it immobilizes you. But I have a video that you might want to watch. It is called my video. 96 people, just 4 more to hit 100. Wow. It's called How to Rewire Last I checked, it had 750,000 views, and I just did that kind of off the top of my head. Wasn't even thinking about it. The sound of running water is calming, yes. $5 from Richard Farrell, thank you. My 83-year-old mom, they call them in England, had a psychotic turn, whoops. And earlier this week when life just got to her and she was fine again. Helped by a low dose of Lexapro mornings, low dose of imipramine, an old antidepressant every other night. Well, I'm glad she's getting help. All right. Just found your channel, says Kevin Egan. Very helpful. You're more than welcome. That's what it's here for. Do I recommend specific herbs to help with depression? I know that valerian helps for sleep when you have anxiety, but again, I'm not able to recommend stuff over the internet. But there are naturopathic doctors out there who you could talk to about herbs. St. John's wort, I'll say one thing, the most prescribed antidepressant in Germany used to be St. John's wort, so you can read about that. That's the one that most people use, at least in Germany. Is it normal to still feel dizzy and disoriented after 2.5 months of meds while I go for a walk in the park? It could be. It could be affecting your balance. Talk to your doctor. Okay. We can't control anything? Yes, we can, Mobius. You control your thinking. Beepo, why can't I be honest with my doctor's parents or girlfriend about what I'm really struggling with? Well, make a choice to open up. 103 people watching? Yes, we made it, didn't we? Let me go click on here. 101. Yes, we hit the 100 mark. Thank you all. Very, very, very cool. So let's give these people something to really bite into and help them. Why can't I be honest with my doctor's parents? Well, you have to open up to get help. So it's just a matter of trusting. People, open up to the person you trust the most, and then start there. Tip for social anxiety is mindfulness, says Richard Farrell. When you are talking to someone, listen like you will be tested on the information. Interesting. I have no fear of going to hell because we're living in hell right now. You're not alone. And that reminds me, again, well, I don't know where it is. It must have been lost. Here it is. After 22 years in print, this book is coming out as an audiobook. Thales gives it a thumbs up. If you want to get this book, let me know. It'll probably be out at the end of October. Yes, hell is a state of consciousness you can have right here on this earth. Hey, Marin W. Yes, from Japan. Living in Ireland. I've had sessions with 2 counselors, but both of them couldn't give me any helpful advice. I feel like I was talking to someone just trained. I'm kind of discouraged because of that. Well, keep reaching out. And besides, sometimes therapists are not supposed to give you advice. They're just supposed to reflect back to you and help you figure things out yourself. But I'm telling you, Marin, it takes a long time to find a good therapist, so keep trying. The online vitamin pack will let you speak to a nutritionist for free. Interesting. Anxiety has many different branches, but the root is fear. Very good, Jason. That's really brilliant. The audiobook is going to be outstanding. The reader is fabulous. Yes. So Shirley has heard it, and Thales has heard it. Anybody else wants to hear excerpts from this book, I've got them right here. I can send you an audio link, and you can listen to a chapter. My herb for depression is St. John's wort, says supportive words. I swear by it, but it does take the edge off. I have to use it daily, but don't mix it with a higher dose of Sasari because of serotonin syndrome. You're right. If you decide to take St. John's wort and you're on the serotonin thing, talk to your doctor. I've been going to sleep at 9:30 p.m. and taking supplements. My suicidal ideation is gone. Well, great. Isn't that a wonderful thing? It's empowering at Mobius Zero. You are not the victim. That is true. Help. I don't know what I want to do anymore. I want to die. Well, the first thing you need to do is go reach out and get some professional help. Tell yourself your best days are in front of you, and get some support. You can also read some of my books and other people's works. Yes, Mobius Zero. Don't worry about what the racists are thinking. We're down to 99. What have we done wrong? $9.99 for Alpha Dog Elite 3. You're more than welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. What do you think about venlafaxine or Effexor? It's a very, very good medication for some people. I didn't have a good reaction, but it's been around for a long time. It's an SNRI. What do I think of peer support groups? I think everything. I ran one for 19 years. They're fantastic. You get to be with other people going through the same thing and getting mutual support. I think the world of peer support groups. Nitin Shanai, is it good to leave negative though half incomplete? I'm not quite sure what that means. I seem to have a paradoxical effect with St. John's wort, says Sumas Broderick. Yes, you're already on an antidepressant. That's why you had a paradoxical reaction. Reach out and get help. That's the depression talking. You're worth it, I know. Thank you, Madeline. Very nice thing to say to this person. Why don't people make a WhatsApp group so we can help each other? Yes, someone actually did that with something called Telegraph, I think it was called. And about 2 years ago, one of you guys formed a support group online with each other using something called, is it Telegraph? So Shahad Zad, why don't you go start the WhatsApp group? I'm sure people will join. John Gaffilan says, hi Douglas, I found that I drift into ruminating and then I get angry afterwards, but the ruminating is so inviting. How do I stop it? Find a way to make a right turn instead of a left when it comes your way. Hard to say how to do that, but that's what you need to do. And after you've been ruminating and you know it, then forgive yourself. Have compassion, self-compassion. You did the best you could. So just tell yourself this is a hard thing. It's like grooves in your brain getting you to ruminate. It takes a while to break that pattern. Mobius Zero, only some people are that racist. It's just they are so loud, seems like there's more of them. I would love your family. My dear friend is Jamaican. She's wonderful. Yes, Jamaican music. I knew a lot of Jamaicans in New York. Trauma can start anxiety. Absolutely. Beepo, Douglas, I feel like with my suicide and depression ideas, I'm driving a tractor on a thin ice lake. If it breaks, I might end up drowning and freezing. But is it possible to make the other side? Yes. Okay, so Beepo, I want you to listen to a video, watch a video I did many years ago. It's very popular, and I'm going to write the title. So yes, I have been through suicidal episodes. My clients have. I know a couple of friends who have. Yes, 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 yes. Of course, it is always possible to make it to the other side unless you have a terminal physical illness. So here's what I want you to watch, Beepo. It's called, we're down to 96. Let's get back over 100. How I coped with suicidal thoughts and feelings. Okay, and I have a suicide prevention playlist. I like that playlist on my channel also. We don't want team viewer. Whoops, let's first quit that. Okay. All right. So, Bebo, did you hear what I said? You can make it through. Listen to that video. I can't cry. I can only feel and get angry. Well, there's probably pain below that, especially with your dad. Come on. Of course you should be angry. Your dad just died. Tony Gulia, I just bought your book. I don't know if you remember from previous streams. Yes. I finally start to feel less depressed these days, thankfully. Isn't that wonderful when you start to feel better? I've been doing classes through peer support group Recovery International by phone. It's been wonderful. You know what, Lazy Eye Ranch, could you let me know how to get a hold of that? You know my email address. I've never heard from you. You did, Suzanne, once email me. And tell me if people with depression can do those groups or it's just people with addiction. Any thoughts on low-dose lithium? I'm taking lithium aspirate. Yes, my ex-supervisor took lithium orotate and it helped him. But if you're on other drugs, let your doctor know. Susie Q, nice to see you. Jason Clueless is the worst thing about mental illness is the self-loathing, and I think, given Randy, thanks. Having phone connection issues seems like it's one of the local towers, long story. Are you listening on your phone? What about doing Wi-Fi? But thank you for your wonderful contribution, given Randy. Have I sent you a copy of my book yet? You certainly deserve this book with your contributions. Email me your mailing address and I'll send it to you as long as you're in the United States. Any tips on seasonal depression? Yes. Light therapy. There's a whole bunch written about it. 12:44, 15 minutes left. I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm so angry now. I'm pissed with everybody. I can't cry even when I'm breakdown. All I can do is beat down on myself and others. Well, obviously you're suffering. Obviously your wiring in your brain is a little bit crossed. And this is not you. This is the depression. This is the anxiety. Just tell yourself, I am more than this. And again, find a good counselor, find a good therapist, find a new medication. And again, how do we donate? There's a $sign at the bottom of the chat. It says, Support Douglas. Click on it and you can donate anything 99 cents and up. What's what book about? When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, it's my memoir about how I overcame a suicidal depression. Get some help. Yes, Bebo. Love you too, Taco Platter. Always nice to see you. Suggestions for hearing voices saying people are going to die? Yes, you should definitely go reach out to a psychiatrist. Those are symptoms of a brain that, again, is not functioning properly. Thank you, Susie Q, very much for your $9.99 donation. Yes, Lazy Eye Ranch, share a link to that phone support group. You're much better now. You want to thank me? Well, great. And don't just thank me. Thank yourself for making the effort to get better. And remember, Depression is a chronic relapsing condition, so keep up the good work and don't let your guard down. RI is anyone with mental health issues. My peer support person has schizophrenia. Starting a new job soon, such as drug and alcohol center. I'm proud of her, yes. Very nice, Lazy Irans. It's called Recovery International. All right. Let's take a look and see how many people are watching. We're down to 94. What are we doing wrong? Just joking. I'm honored that people are watching. 25 years of depression. Hey guys, I got you all beat. How about 53 years? Started 18, I'm now 71. And guess what? Depression has gifts. It makes you more compassionate. It makes you more thankful when you are feeling better. Many gifts of depression. $25 from Christy Baggett. My God, that's the biggest donation I've had. Thank you, my friend. And to what do I owe this generosity to? Christy, I don't think you've ever even been on the live chat before. Let's have a little hand for Christy for such a generous donation. Wow, Pony Girl, $5, thanks to you, and Beepo, $4.99. Well, this is good. I can continue this live stream yet one more week. Which of your books would you recommend reading first? Well, Sumas, if you are suffering depression, this is the classic book I've written called Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. It's on Amazon. It's also on Kindle. I also have a number of books on affirmations. Why don't you go to Amazon.com and just type in Douglas Bloch. Go to my author page. Visit. Yes. Hold on for a second. Something just got a little bit messed up. Let's click voice memos. Okay. Sometimes I click on the wrong button. So anyway, Seamus, I would recommend Healing from Depression. Oh yes, go online to the Psychology website. Thank you very much, Shirley K. I forgot about that. They have approved therapists. Very, very good people on there. All the World About New. It's too expensive. What's too expensive? I found RI through my local county mental health clinic where I see a different peer support counselor and my psychiatrist. Wish I'd found them sooner. I'll get the information and email you. Thank Suzanne. I'd love to get your email address. You've been such a loyal supporter of this channel. Susie Q, I love your name. We already went over this. There was a song by Creedence Clearwater Revival. And Christy, could you introduce yourself? That's wonderful that you gave, and I'd just like to know if you have any questions. Prozac overstimulated Jason. It overstimulated me for absolute sure. All right. What do other people have to say? Shirley K, I do believe that some things are genetic and inherent. Yes, you made it this far, you will make it. Royston Tilts, nice to see you again. Good evening, Douglas. I hope you're having a good day. Just finished painting the living room and feeling energized. I hope you lovely people are doing okay. They are, and look at the back of my head. I'm about to help. I'm not going to do it, but my painter's about to paint my office yellow. My hair is looking nice. Thank you. Appreciate OG. Oh my God, another old timer. Nice to see some of the old timers coming here. Around the world, all about new. What would you advise a guy, Eco, who don't want to socialize, nothing except work and home, please? Well, find out why you're not wanting to socialize. Is it afraid of fear of people? Is it social anxiety? If so, go find a good counselor and get it treated. Would meds for voices turn you into a zombie? Not if they're done correctly. Talk about DPDR, depersonalization, derealization. Don't know enough about it. But what was I going to show you? I was going to show you something, and I completely forgot it. Oh, well, this is from Julie Hayes. From the Ashes I Rise. She gave this to me as a gift years ago. Anybody in the depths of depression, think of the phoenix bird. Threw itself into a funeral pyre, burned, and rose again. That's what everybody is doing who comes out of depression. All right. Sir, I am your big fan. Well, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Mobius Zero, take care of your winter. That's very nice of you to tell Mobius Zero. I've had depression and anxiety since 8. This is my 4th really bad time, but it never goes all the way, all the way. I feel it is who I am. And okay, yes, just accept the depression. That's what I have to do. We'll be signing off now. I'll try not let my mind destroy me. Yes, and that's the key, Mobius Zero. It's your mind that's destroying you, not people outside or the world. I hope you're still seeing a good therapist. And again, my condolences about your dad. Doug, oh, Paint a Pen, nice to see you. Do you know the song Forever by Pete Drake? No, what's it about? I'd love to hear it. I love music. Susan Jones, you're stronger than you think. That's absolutely true. That's true of all of us, isn't it? Yes, painting is a wonderful thing. Thank you for the compliment, OG. We have 7 minutes left. Susie Q, I found self-care so important for my recovery and the love from my family and friends. Love is so powerful. It's the most powerful force in the world, Susie Q. And you are very, very fortunate to have friends and family who care about you. I would recognize giving thanks every day, as I do. What do you do if your therapist doesn't believe you have depression? Radical womanism? I don't know. Get a second opinion. And why doesn't your therapist feel you have depression? Maybe they think you have another diagnosis. Ask them to explain why and what they think you do have. Yes, I would like the song. Okay, and what is it called again? You want to send me the name of it again? Damn. Paint a Pen. Why don't you say the name one more time? Put it up here again. I've lost it. Acceptance is the foundation of most things in AA. Yes, absolutely. Around the world, all about new. Anthony Olson, I can't open up. I want to know how to heal it online first. Just fix. I'm thinking about ending my life anyway. Just dug myself out of it. Opening up is the key, Yes, Pedar Shields, anxiety can cause depression. You're absolutely correct. Okay, Paint a Pen, give me the song again, because I would really like to remember it. Forever by Pete Drake. I'm going to put that in my brain right now. Forever by Pete Drake. Got it. Do I support cannabis? For what? It's legal in Oregon, both for medical and recreational uses. I have nothing against it as long as you don't become dependent on it like anything else. I'm hoping you received my recent email, Douglas. I can't control my brain, porn videos. All right, well, you obviously have an addiction to that. So, again, there are groups here in America called Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. You should try one of those groups, or again, get some professional help. If you don't become the ocean, you'll be seasick every day. Interesting. Royston Tilts. Oh, I got to remember that. Royston Tilts and Pete Drake forever. Okay. I'm trying to remember what you guys are saying up here. Susan Jones says to Jason, you are my role model. Yes, Jason is full of wonderful words of support. Isn't he a lovely person? I am teaching myself to play the piano and it's helped me tremendously. Musical therapy is wonderful. All right. Sometimes I smoke weed and it'll make me hear things and have intense voices. Sometimes it doesn't make me relax. Well, that's the thing about weed, depending on what you're smoking. Here in Oregon, it's regulated. right. Thank you, Jason, for your wonderful things. Can mediation reduce depression and anxiety? I think you mean meditation, and yes, it can. Yes, lots of love to you, Susie. I'm glad you're feeling better. Why am I comfortable online being no one as soon as someone knows me? I want to end it all. Well, you must feel very vulnerable with other people. You must feel very scared or something, Beepo. But all I know is that's something that's not quote unquote normal. So you really need to reach out and get some good mental health support from a professional. Jem says, I've been so tired, almost sedated for over a year now. Most of the time I don't want to face the day, but to get energized, I've recently found that Pro Plus caffeine tablet helps me energize me. Yes, well, caffeine definitely does that, doesn't it? Terry Lee, thanks for being here. Watch your videos a lot. Well, thank you for being here yourself. I'm glad my videos have been helpful. Charles Bronson says, the more I taper off my meds, the better and more human-like I feel. Anyone else felt that before? Is it normal? Well, some people think that meds make them feel, drowsy or not themselves. So yes, that has happened. I hope you're talking to your prescriber. You have a hiatal hernia? Well, that can be painful, can it? Love is great. It is the greatest force in the universe, is it not? What do I think about music therapy? I think music therapy is wonderful. When I get anxious, I just listen to something calm like Bach or Gregorian chants. All right, Jason Clue has battled depression for many years, yes, and he's really on top of it or doing his best. All right, so 94 people. I don't know if we're going to get back to 100, but we've had a good turnout today, haven't we? I have 1.5 minutes left. Anybody want to make a final donation? Anybody want to have a final question? You guys have been great. We've got some old timers here. Susie Kira recently lost a young friend to suicide who appeared to me fine in service. I'm still in shock and deep sorrow. She made me realize how precious life is and how we should help one another. Yes. And what she made you realize, Susie Q, is if you're suffering, reach out for support. It doesn't do any good to hide anything. All the people I've known who've been suicidal, when they've talked to other people, when they've gone to a therapist or psychiatrist, when they've asked for help, they've all gotten better. Every single one of them. Is Sonnet Ismail on this channel? Man, oh man, did she just get here? She's usually here right from the beginning. Hey, nice of you to come. My girls are still with me. I'm still struggling, but I managed to take care of my girls. Please keep praying for me. I strongly believe in the power of prayer. And again, I've given you the Silent Unity number. I know I have, 1-816-969-2000. How do you know yourself, Ahmad? A lot of work, a lot of self-reflection, and reaching out to people. You're not a good helper if you don't even reply to people's emails, Shad. Well, I don't ignore them. I just get about 150 days. Sometimes I need a secretary. Ahad, do you want to send me it again? I'm actually hiring a secretary. I smoked weed in my 20s and regret it. It made me terrified. Yes, it's done to many people I know. Thank you, Sana, for your donation. Really appreciate it. Can you tell me how to live in reality instead of the imagination? Boy, that's a complex question. Well, ask yourself, why are you not living in reality? Is it painful? And if it is, again, reach out for a good therapist. It is 1 o'clock. Sana Ismail has made the final donation of the day, maybe. I feel like I get on my bicycle, and guess what? In 2 weeks, we're going to hit autumn in America, or Northern Hemisphere, and boy, all my depressions will happen then, so wish me well. And I'm going to leave on a comment that Mehdi Muta Hakil wrote, anxious people are mentally the strongest people. What a paragraph it is. Christopher Reeve, the great actor, said, to be a hero is to keep forging ahead in spite of overwhelming obstacles and problems. And therefore, that's exactly what depressed people are. Anxious people they are heroes, heroines. Think of yourself as a hero. Think of yourself as a heroine. I need to take a lozenge. It's my time to happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Something until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again. That's Roy Rogers. How many of you people grew up listening to Roy Rogers? Probably very few. Anyway, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. And we'll see you on the 13th of September, 1 week from today. And by the way, by God's son's son, his name is Kai, Kai, turns 8 years old today. Say happy birthday to Kai, will you guys? Kai turns 8 today. Wish him a happy birthday. He's a lovely, lovely child, raised by lovely, lovely parents. And that gives me hope for the world. When you see kids like that, you know that things can get better. God bless, and we will see you next week. Remember, you can keep chatting for the next 10 minutes. Get your emails, give each other your emails, your phone numbers, form a support group on WhatsApp. Continue to support each other. That is the key. Thank you, Ahmad, for wishing Kai a happy birthday. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. See you next week.